out there. Tell the people. Show them tell them how things can be better. I know our strategy could not be the best. But I know right now, the best important thing is to open the people. Give them information. Information is power. They need to know what is the plan for the opposition. It's not like we look about president or opposition. That's not what is important right now. People want to know what is your plan when you come in. So how can people know what your plan will be if you haven't talked to them? Sometimes I want to validate Tasha, ukuti ba opposition, we are even competing. Nangumwana kashkwena. Kwa Africa group maika kama twane. Pali ifuna no ala afwa ya. Okay, you boy picking up, you come for. No. You should give a girl a chance. Mama manifesto asala homo. We should not take Zambians for granted. Allow us, the opposition, to put our manifestos to Zambians as political parties. And let Zambians say, I think plan yawa chite na itemo. Maybe the Kenya chite batungurule. You can't have predetermined leaders. If you work on if you if you share the no ego, that's not ego.
So, sorry, Mr. President, let's just add some more. You'll be collecting the thoughts as we go. Let's just add some more. Good evening, please tell us your name and where you're calling us from. Last month, make your contributions quickly.
Minister of Transport, you died. I think if in Duba Mambafia, you're like submission, we are amongst the team that is framing the SI number 19 of 2024 last year. So we are the framers, meetings, the Minister of Transport. The Minister of Gomez, the Minister of Justice,
Bamwansa, Imo, what is your issue? Bamwansa.
The President ever issued a statement to alert the song. We have gone everywhere up to the President. State House. Because last protest about 20 days State House. So Minister of Commerce. Thank you very much for director. She's very strictly to let's deal with this matter using CCPC. So, abantu beswaba mweba fiashi na abantu besha to aenda ichende mu Zambia. Corruption has reached the highest. Imagine starting from 2022. Issues drivers, and no one has ever been talking. They are scared. But so that they have information. Before you put under shoot my statement, you put up Baloto. Tata KASONDE, Nali Temwasa, Namale Dondo, Relay Life, Moakwete, Kumukuna, Kumamu in Lunga, Yamai, Chula Mompanga. In an item which I investigate, Momaka Pompo, Upuish if you make about to Mompanga, and then I don't put checking if you have Palama, Ama Timba, if you have Panga corruption. Qualibanga, Mastaka Bombo, Palama, Amatipat Vijay. About fight. I don't know Timba. So Namafkaba Mama is Upaka Fuire, now abalisha amapepa fest yonse kunanika nemwe abachifu bashani yala kumana about 15,000 ero nomba bala bisenda mwakopi babisenda mwakuli bazedenesi babisenda mwakuli ba polisi bapanga ka timu kalya ero nomba mwabalisha lisha munomba ero nomba bala subirisha basaina bunse ero ekirumu kichenda nomba. There is a lot of level of corruption na licha investigate sana konse kukamombo kumaninga kumufungwe na kukasemba. So muzambia muno abantu bamwemba bakasonde abashaenda tabalishwe filifyonse ukwishi bali pesa tupelele iyi mlani video la tubikubina bamwamba pananikane na chilala ndabamulando wa babarati baletinya abayiche kunanikane kase ku Western province balishwe bachula kwa kusanga onda ukukwata onda kumushi bali beshwa no kubeshwa kwa babarati ero baya ikataba then they issued ama threats kwebati ifwe wala bikata to wala kwalika ena boku bakatula babarati na mushwe president kumwala leta bala boku balowa banyama officers mule tumakulia and you people you are going to be very safe now we can go and investigate and put your officers undercover and start investigating.
Thank you, Bamwansa. Thank you, Bamwansa. I can't send the Konambia cause I know you speak for a group, for a good group, but let's pick some more calls. Let's pick some more calls. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
This is
Bamunkonge from East London in South Africa. London Poyama.
KASONDE. Okay, here kumana kwanji KASONDE tabakwete wafya because bali ngira sana mu ground mo nabakwata ko no kwishwa mo ya opposition for yaba so kuba pamo ba opposition ke problem bakabafye kuyo pamo na ngefiri balelanda te lyonse mwingalala nda ma tactics of mukati ne inchetekero ko ba state kuyo wafya kuri KASONDE uwo mara ba opposition pamo abakachinje ubuteko abe abali muri uhoro bari bakonkanye kofe kulaye babena Zambia efe ubuteko ko buri kasefi efe bakasaba lelo ishita ya kwimika ukabalita pali bonse wa opposition ikafika ishetwishika bali no ishita kwata sana kwa tuku mwana kwa timu KASONDE kutwa itemwa eto batemu mwishira imbi it's better baba fenge film but now we show movement ya go for there now we show na Zambia of bali kwa bachira pendo ko yati na leka mu mwana ndo kurandira bena Zambia na last point nga Africa ya kutira bena Zambia ko bali kwa tetu bakanya hao bena Zambia nga bali randa bali kwa opposition bekata ko bali temwa bena Zambia tetu bakure mu no wapakati lero mu abakera kufecha nsinge fine bali sokorora kufefi but day nini nshoko batika fika tetu bayiberebeka BAKASONDE na group yabona bachangara tetu bayibere yao ishoro ikafika na wami kurumba baro bakeshwo ko batyaho kanshi Zambia ko ifiti napa bipa.
Thank you back. Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you. Let's just take a few phone calls, more phone calls. The phone is jammed, so we can't allow people to talk for more than a minute. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Ambassador, President MWENDA.
Good evening.
Ambassador, we really missed the program some past days. I was worried, I don't know. Yeah, but nevertheless, call me Kwenu. I would like to contribute on the program. My worry is the manner our government is trying to enact laws. These bills they are trying to present into Parliament. This land issue, the title issue where the government wants to give power to a junior officer to cancel a title deed is uncalled for. This thing is going to bring acrimony in this country because as long as you are not in good books with the power that be, whether you are peasant farmer or just a citizen of Zambia, you have your land record or title being revoked. Now, these are the same things that happened in Zimbabwe. The only difference is that in Zimbabwe, Dr. Mugabe was getting land from whites. But in this preconceived idea by our government today, everyone is going to be involved. Whether you are an investor, you are not in good books with them, they will get your land. And our government should be very, very worried about these things. Because I remember when President Hakainde was released from Kobeko, he went to America and he told us that he has invited investors to the tune of $25 billion. But we have seen for the past 4 years, there is no investor from America who has even brought maybe even, I can say even 20 or let's say $100 million in a single investment. Why? These people are very, very intelligent. They are very intelligent because they look at the legal framework of a country. The legal framework of the country, if the country's legal framework is not stable as it is now, we are not going to have the so-called investors come here because those people are very clever. They are very clever. When they are investing in a country, they investigate what is this, is this country, is the government stable, do they make decisions by emotions or whatever. All these things, I think, will really affect the government in the due course.
Thank you. Thank you very much, my brother. Let me just take 2 more calls and then we allow the president to respond and then we see how we go from there. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. Anonymous, Ninkatawa President wa KASONDE kunola ndenipo.
I just took some time off to look at some other posts on Facebook. And I found a letter that is shared by Chair the Voice of Zambia, which says traffic officer left Bakatolika to silence, and it's a letter written to the Director General of Intelligence.
Thank you very much. Thank you. That is a good contribution. Short, concise, and brief. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. Yes, Zephania.
Yes, I have 2 questions for President Kasonde MWENDA.
Number 1 question.
Number 1, Mr. Kasonde MWENDA, your office speaks boldly about defending the national sovereignty, justice, and morality. How do you reconcile these values with your silence on unclear stance on the rising cases of corruption, selective persecution, and abuse of state institutions under the current regime, UPND, and particularly when young girls are floating now unexplained dollars in public, and the ministers are spending 100,000 on buying Tambala or Mr. Rooster, those citizens are surviving only 50 kwacha a day. The second question is that many Zambians are concerned about electoral malpractice and are calling for united opposition front ahead of 2026. And why have opposition political parties leaders failed to come together despite political outcry? It is because you are already fighting to divide the buffalo before it is even brought down. The positioning for power instead of fighting for the people of Zambia. And I have this one which I need an honest answer. And be honest with us, is it the Tonse Alliance is still viable too to remove UPND in 2026? Or it has become politically useless? That's the 2 questions I have. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. President, as you can hear, there are a lot of calls, but I want you to quickly sample these ones that have come so far.
Thank you very much. You know, Zambians are very informed. And Vamwamba, thank you so much for this platform. You are doing a very big job. In case Nala Bakuma last week, Tasha, this work which you are doing is marvelous. Ama callers, they have brought a lot of issues. Among them, Ganambi last driver chipsha, Utila, the silence. I don't know. To me, I'll take that as a challenge. If we are not silent about corruption, we are not silent about
Kasonde is not silent, no. Kasonde is not silent.
Those who gave us solidarity, that you can't be sharing the buffalo before you even kill it. Why can't they remind the buffalo? We need to bring it down. Sharing it is not a problem. I want to agree with but it's true. Us, we are sacrificers. We are not here because we are power hungry. No. But we want to fight.
We are here for Zambia.
Economic freedom fighters.
Yes.
Not economic freedom.
We are
economic freedom fighters. Zambia,
yes.
Us want to fight for you.
We want to bring, yes.
We are not in a hurry. I think between now and the election date, it's important.
Yes.
Because I want to make a between now and 2026. We created today with the offices. Now, one of our president,
imagine.
I think that should not be our preoccupation. I want to be a president, but let you know
exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
Point. United, the opposition is not a problem.
It's not.
That's a walk in the park.
Point.
Let's gather here. Who are the most stable? Who are the most reasonable? Sometimes you are busy talking about you come together. Which vehicle? Those things are not a problem.
No.
As long as we are working for the people.
Exactly.
Fika is over. The biggest problem right now. Biggest problem is that I need them troubling Zambians.
Exactly.
From the people.
Yes.
I want to that is the biggest problem. I want to learn that is the biggest problem. Not who will be the leader for the opposition.
No.
That's not the biggest problem right now.
Thank you.
Yes, when we get towards the election, that will be the biggest problem.
Yes.
But between now and at least somewhere next year,
yes.
Nobody to become a president to but support us to bombe abantu. If you sky is over, maybe the Mukasara that's a problem. As well and we don't have a problem. But for now, support us to fight for you.
Exactly.
To make sure that our taxes are but then Kamamo Fialeka. Ishimitengo shop what to stay with into ukwete 1,000 wafumamo kwata limu bakwivira fempia Fialeka. I am a light bale nibira. Because bale instead of us wasting our energies everywhere, we should make sure bale koku nibira. Why that mujuni?
No.
Ishimenga to bale panga ku CZ. It is not just finding a united leader for the opposition that will solve it. No. It is telling the people, opening the people, and telling of this government.
Yes.
Because even if we find a united leader, we haven't informed people how
yes.
win. So for now, let's unite. We want to unite with us. Let us work, support us. By youth, join. Join EFF, Economic Freedom. Join us. And please, take over to ego. No, but in English, you want to join EFF.
Imagine.
It's a bala. No. Respect us, we respect. When we hear another opposition party, join any other, we are happy because people need to join something.
Yes.
They need to join. So whether I join it doesn't matter. But let people walk with us the opposition.
Belong somewhere.
So allow us. Take with them and we go with 2 months to join the EFF. No, you're operating. No, I'm not finding that by joining. Me, I believe in the vision for EFF. And I'm selling the agenda for EFF. The manifesto for EFF. Allow us to market ourselves. And we will respect that. But for now, allow us to meet and share. To tell a story. Allow us.
Manifesto. True.
Thank you, Mr. President. I agree with that point.
Yes.
I agree with that point, Mr. President. Because individual parties have to mobilize. You have to create structures across the country. You have to be strong.
Yes.
Even when you are coming to the table, you'll be showing your strength that we are present in Lundazi, we are present in Changombo. And our members from Zambezi are like this, from Chipata. Individual political parties must be strong before they come together. That point, Mr. President, let me just take some more calls. Chila Diwa Panova President Munjereko Panong. Let me take the last 5 calls because we need to wind up, and I need to allow the President to answer and allow him to rest. He's already taken 2 hours of his time with me. Good evening, please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Good evening, Ambassador. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Please make us make your contribution. Identify yourself and make your contributions.
Okay, I'm Joe. I'm calling from Kitwe, Nkana East.
Mwena Nkanala Ndenipo.
I'm just in Ghana, but I'm Lenje. I'm Tonga stroke Lenje. So Dandawa Mamuchine. Is that okay?
That's okay, my brother.
Okay. You know, Dandawa Mucha correct misconception in you at Somo Soma Tonga Valenje. Toto sapota shilishons so HH Dodge Takambo, Mutonga or Mulenje. Okay, to divert from that, we are not in any way in support of what he's doing. Okay, he is destroying this country, more especially, I'm worried on tribalism. I'm still wondering why it has grown under his rule. Okay? Is it a signal telling us something about tribalism? Because I'm worried, me as a Tonga, Ambassador Emmanuel, because most of the people on the ground, more especially here on the copper belt, members are saying it is a time, our time will also come. And if we can have such statements, okay, among citizens, meaning they are hating, okay, and it seems the HHU is not even concerned of what is going on, okay. Why is it that tribalism has grown under his watch, under his rule? Can we conclude that it's a tribalist? Okay. So let him not, he's bending our name as stronger. We don't know what the future holds for us. Okay, because he's a first stronger, he was supposed to do the best so that he creates a good name for us. Okay, we don't want to be judged because of his bad leadership and tribalism. Okay, in the future, people will be saying, we tried these guys, they messed up. I think he should be very much aware, he should work on tribalism. Tribalism is growing under his watch. Thank you, Ambassador Emmanuel.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Mr. President, there is a Tonga says this man is ruining their name as Tongas.
It's
Hello,
true.
good evening. Please tell us your name
Ruining
and where
our
you're
name.
from. Chungropo Mkwai. Nimewani Mkwai.
Anonymous.
Ba AI Anonymous. Landenipo.
When a contribution and a program that I conquer Bonusana, and it's my first time calling. Contribution and their favor. Waka in the Buffalo at all costs.
Who ya baby?
And that we were paying a chili to the good work. No condition by you. Because in what she got. Someone got the condition for the Ulna Munina Shana, Magambi. Was in junction in a bus in Nawakateka. Navena was the affect in that it was campaign. So, I pay everybody and did what? I over the Apoa MWENDA KASONDE. Woman Yaka. Now, another position. Was at your walk what now? But I said, dear Kumeta Paruana, at least shortly thereafter to get you over to the reporter. Apart from the power to HS and to Abitan and Chimut. When I was to a voter net. So, in a paper and you and a contribution.
Thank you very much. Yeah, this man says even a tree can vote for it. I remember Professor Kasonde says good evening, please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
I'm calling from Europe.
Okay.
Thanks so much. Thanks so much, Ambassador. Thank you for much of your effort that you've put in this. I've been following the program. And I think I want to just agree with what everybody's saying, that I think opposition is for us to have a big chance. Just on the other issue is that for me, I don't really understand why Abanevas Mombo didn't support the present leadership that is there, especially that he came in to say he wanted to bring moral leadership, and I'm not seeing that moral leadership in the present government. So yeah, so we're praying for you, but our concern is just the unity for you in the opposition. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, let me just take. There are so many calls, Mr. President. So many. Hello. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Oh, sorry, I'll remain anonymous.
Anonymous, make your contribution.
Thank you. Good evening, Mr. Mwenda.
He can hear
I've
you.
got 2 questions for him. From what I've gathered from this conversation that I've had with him, I think there's a bit of some trust issues and conflicting ambitions. So I'd like to find out how he, how the EFF party would approach building trust among partners if he went into an alliance. And the second question is, if he were to be in an alliance, how would the EFF ensure that it stays accountable to the people and not just to a political party? Because like what I've seen, what's happening in Zambia now is that there's allegiance to a party and not to the nation. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Are you going to help build trust issues that seems to be missing in the opposition? Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Yes, Anonymous.
Yes, Mr. Anonymous.
Yes. My name is Captain KASONDE. I want to compliment on the Lenje Tongaman who was saying, is he a tribalist? What people can say, the tribalist, to know the tribalist, you can know them by knowing whom are they married to. Secondly, the children, are they married to their fellow tribal men, or they are married to another tribe? Even the children also, they are married to the same tribe. They are tribalists. So it's a matter of knowing whom the person is married. If you find someone is married to a Lord, then that person can't be a tribalist. I end my case.
No, that's a simplistic approach. It doesn't mean that if you're married
Oh my God.
you are a tribalist. That's
He has said
simplistic,
it all.
but
He
I'll let the
has said
president,
it all.
Answer, in his own thoughts. Yes, good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Yeah, I'm on voice. Good evening.
Good evening.
Hi, Mama Lily. Hi, Mamuluwa. Badaka,
Yes,
hi, hi.
Make your contribution, yes.
Yes. Sunday, from our one day. Hii program na mwambaishi masaa abati mrekwata kuotuma talks na wabantu guests of mrekwata prior to the main event so that you guide them on what to bring forth because next year will be a very tough year. Now, the Tuambo Quata situations are what someone is showing to say it's not willing to work with others. So that's the weakness that the group from the other country so I'm not condemning him, but when we come to this, we should be ready to say the one push up money, even for the people we are working with the fellow, other political parties, unlike showing that percentage of not knowing the road path of how we are going to do what we are going to do in order to remove this the biggest enemy on the sea. Because and I'm not waiting my operations but that no one should come back Sunday. To clear the air, no matter what I'll work with every political party that is ready to work with me. Period. I'd like to put all over the show without giving a clear roadmap to the people who are listening. Also, these people are listening from the headquarters there, pre-headquarters, they are very like that. Okay,
that's my point.
Oh, thank you very much. No, my brother, that I can answer as convener and coordinator of this program. For us, we are very open. There's no preconceived agenda.
Exactly.
As you see, the president, as he answered, is the way the matters are. We are not here to fool anyone. What you see is what you get.
Exactly.
And I think the president later clarified what he meant. He's willing to work with others, but he wants it to be respected.
Yes.
He wants the policies of EFF to be respected. He was very, very clear. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Good evening, Bamanda.
Good evening.
You can see you are winding up.
Yeah.
Yes. I just want to ask Makason, what is or what would a fair process to identify the fact there for the opposition would look like in his view? Because it looks like the Zambian people have already decided, okay, but rather than that part, now we find from Sana. Okay. The problem I see myself is the leaders. It looks like everyone wants to be the president. Now the question would be, okay, do you have a process in mind that you would agree to or subject yourself to? Once you throw your names in a hat, and after the leader is identified, you support that leader. It could be you, it could be another person. Okay. So, can you just really, this is really important. Can you just elaborate a little bit on what you would think the process of identifying that leader? Okay. And afterward, of course, there are many issues that needs to be worked on. Okay. Once you have identified as an opposition, as a track there, this is the agenda. This is the agenda we are going to work on to fix issues in our country. Okay? Otherwise, if everybody says, I want to be president without the process, there would not be a conclusion to this.
Thank you, my dear brother. Thank you very much.
I was listening to KBNT. Okay, there was one slide that actually was very interesting in my view. Okay, they did their own on that. One slide says 76 or 72% of the people want change, and 20% want the current government to stay in power. Okay, so you can see from the mood on the ground that the Zambian people have already decided. What is remaining, in my view, is you leaders to settle on one, and all of you support that leader. You have a process. Are you identifying? Are you discussing that process?
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother. I think someone was questioning that you can't discuss. You can't discuss strategies on air, and I think that falls into strategy.
No, you can't.
Hello, you are our last caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
No, you can't discuss strategies online.
Hello, you are our last caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. Endita. MQI, please continue. Thank you very much. I think that becomes our last caller. Mr. President, I'll invite you to make your contributions. And for those on TikTok, Mr. President and our dear brother, Mr. Siame, don't close on TikTok. We can invite people to begin now making comments. Just leave it running. You know the goodness with TikTok. So we are going to invite whoever wishes to comment on TikTok. They can begin to make comment while we close the broadcast on this channel. But for those that are on TikTok, we'll leave it run for an hour and we'll invite you to make your contribution. And Mr. President, you can contribute on TikTok. It's live and we've gotten a good number there. We'll be adding them and listening to them, and you can answer them from there. But on this channel, we'll be closing. Just quickly answer the questions that you think should be answered, and then you give your closing remarks. For all those that are calling on this number, we invite you to go to TikTok. We'll be opening on TikTok where you can make your contributions. Mr. President.
Why most of the things that have been spoken have been lessons to us. I'm happy I did not come alone, although not in the picture. I've come with the Secretary General for Economic Freedom Fighters, Mr. Tangala. He's taking notes. So most of the issues more later to watch around for. That's why some of the things I wouldn't even want to comment on them, because it's kind of they're just fine. But we have taken the lessons and we have heard your feedback. We are always talking. So to us, this is a great moment. Some of my issues much a difference in the coming deliberations, as we'll be talking, we'll be answering some of the questions. Otherwise, I must just thank you, Ambassador, for this wonderful, beautiful program. I would also want to extend a lot of warmth to our people, our Zambians in this program. And I also want to thank the number of people that have broken the ice and brought down my issues, like my brother who said he's a Tonga and is worried about what will happen when some other people did. We can assure you, as economic freedom fighters, we are principled. My own elder brother, Yanjana Mwenda, immediate elder brother, Oto Wako Nkarananko, Aupa Mambo Mwemba, Tonga. So to me, we are all one big family. My uncle Bamchinda has married the Lozi. So at the end of the day, to some of us, we don't see tribe. And we can assure them, speaking on behalf of EFF, the party that I represent and that I came for as the president, we do not believe in tribalism. And we promise you, so that why some power. Most of you, if I tell my brother, tribesmate, I don't know how it feels. A person from my tribe, Narista cross. So to us who cross are normal. So forgive us. So but it's okay. You can marry. Love doesn't choose. You can marry whoever you want. But we'll actively work towards you. Now the tribalism. You now will make effort as economic freedom fighters. It will be a mandate. There I can answer without even wasting time. I want now to tell my questions. How are you going to choose it? Right now, KASONDE, is he protecting the interests of his party or of the nation? We should finish if it is more important. You can start checking us. People are also asking questions saying, a leopard cannot change its spots. You can change a few habits here and there. Some people can fake it. But you can tell what they stand for. Even when I was in university, the question is, what was my brother, Mr. Kainde, doing when he was in university? He was not speaking for his union, probably back. Me, I've been a fighter since university. Day one day up to now. I'm not a businessman. I'm a lawyer. I'm an architect. I always want to speak for people and save people. That's my life. So it is just fair that one way in which you can know what to expect from a person is to look in their past. To show what they from our shani. To show you in the upper. Our shani. No, everybody can change. Yes, everybody can change. No, so take time. Find out about us even. We show you to Aleva. I can give an example. So they came to stand as a president with a tainted image. No, prove him, he failed to prove. That's not important. It was part of the privatization that wrecked this country. In Rwanda, up to now, Rwanda has failed to recover from.
Okay, there we go. That is the interview of Honorable KASONDE MWENDA, the president of Economic Freedom Fighters, on Emmanuel Mwamba Verified. We were just listening to EFF president. Great interview, great questions, great participation from the callers. So we start with our program. Welcome. Greetings, everyone. I'll open the panel soon. And the topics we have for discussion today is the land issue. Is a very hot issue. And we'll talk about some of the points that were raised during the interview between Emmanuel Mwamba and President KASONDE MWENDA. And there's a trending letter which I'm gonna pull up, and many other issues that are they're developing stories. So you can let us know. It's hard to keep up with Zambia. So many things are happening. Everything is happening, like so much going on. So it's hard to keep up. Kuriria shiria mukorwe, mukorwe for 100,000. They were bidding to buy a mukorwe for 100,000. Elisha Matambo and Paul Kabuswe is just like a lot going on. So anyway, I want to play the audio from DICKSON JERE. He's a lawyer regarding the land issue. Maybe some of you heard it, maybe some of you didn't. Myself, I heard partially, so I am going to play the audio from lawyer DICKSON JERE, and then we can open the panel. Hi, Bakabuswe, hi, Elia, and everybody. Invite people. Yeah, so let's get started. Let me just play this audio from
Madam Pumi, my name is pronounced as Kavesh.
Kavesh. Okay. So what tribe are you?
Yes.
Kavesh, what tribe is that?
I'm Tonga.
Oh, Kavesh.
Oh, Kavesh is my name. My surname is Kaki. I'm Tonga.
Okay. All right. Kavesh.
I'm just the guy who got on the mass.
Okay, I thought a lot of familiar voices there. I heard a lot of familiar voices, yes. So good job. So we continue. I want to play the audio. This is the lands issue. Mama Elia, welcome. Thank you for joining and thank you for liking. If you are new on these platforms, I download all the videos on YouTube. So follow Queen Pumi on YouTube. You'll find all my videos there. So if you are new to TikTok, you know TikTok, we can only go live and we just send clips sometimes of highlights. So, and then I know people are struggling with power. When people come, they just come, maybe we are online or offline, but you can follow all the lives. Follow all the lives on YouTube. We download them on YouTube. So follow Queen Pumi on YouTube and catch up with all the lives. But JV, welcome. I'll just start by playing the audio from the lawyer, and then we can start.
Determined. It will be chaos. It will be chaos. Further, the chief registrar's role is usually clerical. I go and put a caveat. It is the duty of the chief registrar to enter it in the register. I go and put a mortgage. It is the duty of the chief registrar to put it in the record and in the memorials of the title. Now you are giving the chief registrar, a junior officer, to determine my right that my land can be taken away by this particular officer. He is not a court. What evidence will he be using or rules to administer evidence to determine which title is genuine and which title is not? Further, if this bill passes, you are going to affect the entire financial market, because we borrow using title deeds. And when we get a title deed and deposit it with a bank and the bank enters a mortgage on that property, there are only two ways in this country in which a title can be taken away. Two. One, if there was fraud proven by the court. Two, if the title was issued by mistake proven by the court. These are the two safeguards, because the same Lands and Deeds Act says title is conclusive evidence of ownership. We say he who has title has ownership. Now, if this law passes, you have all squatters now coming to queue up at the registrar, demanding that they are given an opportunity to be heard and the mother title cancelled. The definition, if you check in the same bill, it's saying any interested party. How can any interested party just wake up and say I have an interest in this particular land? In court, for you to be joined to a case, you must show your interest first, either by bringing the two titles competing, which one is the best title. Mind you, the same titles we're talking about, they are issued by the same registrar. So why would the registrar issue a fraudulent title and you are giving them an opportunity again to cancel it? In the first place, the title should never even be issued if it is fraudulent. It means the registrar is not doing his or her job by allowing fraudulent titles to be issued. Why then give him powers to even cancel when he shouldn't have allowed that title to go out? So in short, this is a bad law. And my plea to this committee, it needs consultation. There is no agency whatsoever to do with this amendment. We have had this law from Unity days. So there's no agency why you should be rushing to only have one amendment. In fact, I was expecting that we should be having an amendment to do with the digital licensing, digital library, digital registration of titles. Because now we have digital titles. There's no law that backs that. Those are the amendments we should be doing here. Now, you have brought one single amendment to give power to this junior officer to cancel titles. What is the mischief? Now, for argument's sake, there's an issue, there may be an area you are trying to sort out with. You cannot make law for the whole country to sort out a particular area. That is why, again, Parliament in its own wisdom passed a Lands Acquisition Act. If there is a problem at a particular area, you use the Lands Acquisition Act to acquire compulsorily that particular land which has a problem. That is why it is matter. If you have a problem in State Lodge, you have a problem in Parawana, you have a problem in Chongwe, you have a problem in Chipata, use the Land Acquisition Act to deal with that particular issue. This looks innocent, especially members of Parliament. You are politicians. This looks innocent. You differ, somebody goes and uses this to take away the right of your property. Mortgages will become expensive because banks give you money based on the title. Now, if they know that any time that title can be cancelled, they will ask you to bring insurance on top of your title. They will ask you personal guarantees on top of the title because it can be cancelled anytime. By saying it can cancel if it was issued by fraud. Who issued it by fraud? Who defines the fraud? Can the registrar sit and determine what fraud is? Can the registrar sit and say this title was issued? But that's the same office which issued the title. And so for me, there is no agency over this bill. We need to withdraw it and let's have a conversation. There are so many things in that bill that needs to be dealt with without literally giving the powers to the chief registrar. I may end here and take questions.
Thank you very much for your submission. May I also say that I think what we need also to clarify is the title. If you look at the cover of the bill, it says granting the powers to the chief registrar to cancel title. But if you go in depth and check, the wording is totally different. The wording inside it says granting permission to the chief registrar to cancel fraudulent or titles that have been erroneously gotten. I think we really need to stress that point. So, however, I'll ask honourable members to ask points of clarification. I'll start with Honourable Muzingiri, then Honourable Simbao.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Council. Council, you have indicated in your submission that there will be so much power in one person to cancel a title deed. But I think the object of this bill, there are three things that they have outlined. At what point the title must be cancelled, if there are errors. I think we are all not angels as workers. And because we are not angels, we are bound to make mistakes. Here is a typical situation, Council. I am Simuzingiri. And this title is written Simuzinguri, not Simuzingiri. Proofreading has gone through. A title is issued, and the owner gets it. And then they realize their names were omitted. We are not going to the fraud. It was misspelled. So what do you do with that title? You leave it because you cannot issue another title. Ordinarily, that title will be cancelled, and then a new title will be issued. If it's fraudulent, you did indicate how does the registrar determine or define how fraudulent it is. Is it within its, his or her jurisdiction? This is a government officer who want to believe the council that for them to arrive at that fraudulent, administratively, all security wings will be involved.
So this is the burning issue, the land issue. Moiseni wa Oliver by JB Moiseni. Welcome, Chair One. People are dropping, bad connection. But yeah, so the land issue is a hot issue. And land issue is a hot issue. Very concerning. We are all concerned. We are all concerned. I would just like to summarize everything that was said by the lawyer there, DICKSON JERE. Powerful message. So he said the bill is, they are giving, they want to give power to one person to cancel title deeds, you know. if it was a mistake, or if it was fraudulently issued. Now the question is, you know, umuntu pakushita land is not a simple process. You know, is not a simple process. A document for a title to be issued, it passes through many offices. It's not that it's not like we are mukushita, you know, a phone where you can just go washita phone, you what's your name, valemba popeni vasaina vakupera phone. No. So buying land is a complicated process. And then for the title to be issued, it is more complicated. You can bear me witness. In land Zambia, and it was complicated. It was complicated. To buy land in Zambia is really complicated. It took me almost 2 years to receive my title. It took me almost 2 years to receive my title. But then, how can something which has been office that, you know, from the time you exchange hands with the seller or the processes, you know, I can't even remember. I have a file. Nalikwata file of all the processes and the paperwork I had to go through to get that title. And it was almost 2 years. So after 2 years, Nombairo Attorney General Matio, this was fraudulent. There was a mistake. The name was misspelled. We should cancel it. No, let's be serious. This law should be withdrawn because buying a piece of land is not like ukuyamkushita cell phone. Waimafie apopene wakupera na title. No. It's not like buying a cell phone where you just go to a shop, you give money, they give you your receipt and the cell phone. Even buying a car is complicated. Ukushita motoka kwa complicated. You just don't wake up where amkushita motoka, you know. You can go buy a car, you identify the car, you start negotiating, you test drive it, you come tomorrow, you go to roads, the whatever, is it called RTSA for them to issue the non-can, for them to issue the title of the car in your name. So if there is any misspelling, you are going to have time to catch it. So like that caller who called in to say, what if ngakuli mistake in issuing the thing? What if there is a mistake in issuing, when they issue the title, but they had all this time to catch that mistake. Why didn't they catch it? Why should they wait? So, Eliashijo, we are in problems, guys. And we are saying that, you know, but JERE said it best. He's a professional. He explained everything. So, I don't know where we are going as a country, guys. Fidel Wariko Mutwe. Like, when you think about everything that is happening, you get a headache. Any comment from the panel on this land issue? But we say no to it. We Zambians, yeah, and if there is, for example, if they misspell my name on a title deed, they shouldn't cancel my title deed. What they should do is just, I go there and they fix the error. Because Pakushta la title, Pakushta land, there are so many things that are involved. They ask for your NRC. You know, they need your NRC. And every NRC has the correct name. So the person issuing that the title deed, they look at the NRC to make sure that the name on the NRC is matching what is on the title deed. So if the typist who was typing the name on the title makes a mistake, they should just go and fix it. Because it's not the owner of the land who has to have the land cancelled, because it's not their error. I have bought land and I have a title, and you must, any purchase of a land, you have to prove that you are Zambian. You have to produce your NRC. So, and they are supposed to issue that in the title of the land using your name on the NRC. So if there is an error on the NRC, then the registrar of lands could ever feel panga correction, because that is their mistake. Let these people not fool us to think that anything they say is the truth. If there is an error in spelling, then it is the fault of the registrar, because they use the NRC to issue this document. You know?
Can I come in, Madam Pumi?
Go ahead, yes.
Okay. How are you once more? Yeah. Hope you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, you know, let's first, you know, there's always something suspicious with this government. There's always something very suspicious with this government. First, we need to look at the background on why we make laws for ourselves as a people. Okay. Why we make laws for ourselves as a people. Okay. Mainly, we make laws to prevent problems, or to prevent issues that are unresolved. You understand? And when you look at this land issue, there haven't been any threatening problems, okay, that can push these UPND guys to start making laws, okay, over land. You understand? You know, Madam Pumi, there's a lot that surrounds HS that you people don't know where this land is concerned. Okay, when you go in Namwala, you hear stories that are very bad there. You understand? And then to people like us who know that background, who definitely say, okay, he wants even to bring it at national level, that which he does there. You understand that? Because in the first place, we are giving this registrar society too much power, because that guy is just an appointed person. Okay, and what the UPND have proved is that most of their subjects, they are not people who can insult the finger that is feeding them. You understand? Most of them, they are loyal to HH like he's a god. Okay, see how people are scared of this man. Okay, it will just be instructions when we allow that to happen. He will just be waking up, okay, I want to make that land my grazing land for my animals. And this registrar won't think twice. Why do we want to give powers to wrong people? You understand? Because as the council said, DICKSON, JERE, to say there are courts. We resolve issues of land in a competent court. Okay? Because on what basis will this registrar of society be cancelling titles? On what grounds? You understand? Because in court, most of the time, if there's a dispute between the two people with regard to a land title, both of them are caught. Okay. So why do we want to give too much power to this registrar of society? Someone who's just appointed by a sitting president. So this law it is all aimed at abusing it. There's nothing that we can say apart from that. It is not responding to any problem, to any unresolved problem. You understand? There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that we need to be concentrating on now. Okay, like on this issue of land, you know, in the constitution, like the way there's this something that has been overshadowed by corruption and the greediness of people. You know, the way Kaunda designed foreigners to buy land, in the constitution it suggests that these investors be taken in rural areas. Okay, that's where they're supposed to be giving them land in order to take development there. But what is happening now, most of the Chinese, they are buying prime land. Lands that are already near developed trademarks. Okay, why are we allowing this? If you've been from Chisamba to Lusaka, close to the capital city, to the central business. And then our own people are going in rural areas where there are even no roads. When the constitution says that these people should be taken in rural areas so that development can reach there, because investors, when you give an investor or a foreigner land in a rural area, they will make sure that the tar road goes there. They will make sure that electricity goes there. You understand? And these are things that we need to be looking at, not grabbing land from your fellow Zambians through this registrar of society. I think this bill should be denied. The motives behind it, they're all selfish. Okay? And with the kind of person that HH has revealed himself to us, we can't trust him with such a sensitive issue. You understand? Because I don't think they even have any basis why they want to amend this law. There's nothing. We normally amend laws when there's a problem, unresolved problem. You understand? Because even the justification they gave on this land issue, it's you even wonder to say, what's wrong with these people now? Where is the problem there? You understand? So it's very unfortunate. Let's deny it, and I'm glad that JERE started, and everyone should voice out. You understand? Because if we make a mistake of, I know they've got their targets. It doesn't mean, well, it's not something that we can trust. They've got targets. There are people they want to punish through that law. Okay? And this is the foolishness of the UPND. Most of they think they're making laws to punish their friends, but what they need to realize is that power is temporal. Okay? In a democratic state, power is temporal. They like it or not, they will leave power. And these laws that they're trying to force on the people will start haunting them. Okay? These laws that they are making to punish their opponents, it will start haunting them anytime soon. Because the presidency in Zambia is not like until he dies. It's people to decide when they are tired of you or when they still want you. So if they are making laws to suit their current state now, as the power in party, they will soon start crying. Because as they are making laws, let them be mindful to say anytime we might leave in office. These are the laws that we'll find that our friends will be using when we are gone. Okay, because today most of the laws that PF were making with a single eye, just to suit their agenda, then they are the laws that they are crying foul today. So this should be the UPND should realize to say power is temporal and the power belongs to the people. So let them make laws that will suit everybody. Laws that even when they are gone, those laws won't be used against them. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Kaveshi. So we are here. Welcome, Honorable Lillian Mutambo, JB, welcome. Omon Divine, welcome. Chair, welcome. I see Don Oscar in the audience there. So we are looking today at the trending stories. There is a lot going on. It's like, we have to sink or swim. This is the situation we find ourselves in Zambia. Like every day we wake up, something is being thrown to our face. Every day we have to deal with something new. We have to deal with the existing problems, and then we deal with the new issue which is thrown our way. So we were dealing with a lot of things. We are dealing with the case of the ECL family, which is coming up, the burial of our beloved Dada, ECL. May his soul continue resting in peace, even though he's not yet buried. We have to deal with that unresolved case. And then we also have to deal with the leaked audio. And even in the middle of dealing in the leaked audio, now they have this land issue problem bill, which they want to be actually land grabbing. I was on Emmanuel Mwamba live, Emmanuel Mwamba verified, where one caller said that what the UPND is trying to do is what Mugabe did. But Mugabe actually fidya kuri ba Moisa. nomba ifwe tulefu okuleta efunde erya to ourselves, among ourselves. And I will play again the audio here about lawyer Dickson JERE. If you didn't listen to it, I'll play that audio again so we know, you people can know, everyone can know in the Zambia, far and wide, the Zambians far and wide, whether you have property or not, you should be concerned. This should be a concern to whether you have property or not. So we are here and we'll continue talking. We will continue talking because we are patriotic Zambians. And we are here to give checks and balances to ensure that we live in a just world. We don't want injustice. We'll be here, we'll be talking. So let me just find the video. JV, as I find the video, can you say a few words to our audience? Power tap. We have Honorable Lillian Mutambo, our powerhouse, is in the house. She just recently resigned from UPND. We'll let her speak at 20,000 likes. So power tap to maybe 50,000. But Lillian Mwalalanda at 50,000 likes. So power tap, everybody. Mama Lillian Mutambo is here, woman of substance. We greet you. And we pray for your life, for, you know, putting your life on the cross and exposing your life, and God will protect you and your family. No matter what threat will come upon you, we pray that no weapon formed against any one of us who are speaking for justice will prosper. We return back to sender any diabolical threats or any kind of threat or harassment that is coming to us. We send it back. So power tap, let's bring in Mama Lillian Mutambo at 50,000 likes. Akuna kulala, akuna kulala, akuna kulala. We can't sleep when there's no peace in the kingdom. We can't speak when we are at threat of our land being grabbed. Comrade Kabeshi just spoke, and he has mentioned that a lot is happening in villages like in Namwala, the Hatembo case. Land is being grabbed, but left, right, and center. But people are going to court to fight these land grabbings. Now they want to remove the court completely, so that they can just grab land. The registrar can just grab land and it ends there. You can't go anywhere to fight for your land. This is what they want to do. Previously, if there is a dispute, if Lillian and I have a dispute over a piece of land, we go to a court, the judge will sit Lillian and myself down, and I give my side of the story. Lillian gives a side of the story, and they will decide. They need to be evidence, it just can't be hearsay. So now the stage is being set. So for example, if, like I said, Lillian and I, we have a dispute over land. Lillian, if she's in favor with the government, she can take me to court, and the registrar can rule to take the land away from me without going into court. Can you imagine how many people are going to be affected by this? So JV, the floor is yours. Let me bring up the video, the audio, so we listen to those people who are just coming in. JV, the floor is yours. Okay, but JV is not ready. But Amon Divine, can you come in? Okay, nothing from Amon Divine. But Chair, can you come in as I look for the audio? Power tap people. Power tap will bring in Mama Lillian Mutambo. She's gonna come in when we reach at least 50,000. We are almost 100. Share. People need to know. that there's some illegal activities about to go on. But Chair, the floor is yours.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Good morning. Mushkumwe Suko. Yeah, it's a sad side, very bad, what is happening in Zambia. But what I can say is, I agree with the previous caller. Our president is just waking up every day to make funny rules to change this and this, and you know, I don't know why people or politicians, they don't learn. They don't learn. Your previous political party, PF, they were doing something which now they are dancing to their tune, which the laws they made. And you guys, you are blinded. You are using the same path. So, as the previous caller said, this man, Wakale Matagareka, is there. He want to get all Namwala. And he want to get the things from previous government, the ministers, the president himself, the late president. You want to grab everything from them, which is very bad. If this law pass, and from the beginning, me, I was saying, this man, what he has started now is testing water. We'll be just testing water, panono. Zambians, they'll just say, well, it ends there. Meantime, if you want to feel it. But the time will come for them. I feel sorry for them, I can say this. I feel sorry for them because they have got a lot of dirty things in their hands. So, let me submit and let's continue and let's share everything.
Thank you, Chair Twatotela. So the audio is here. If you have missed it, I'll play it again from the lawyer DICKSON JERE.
In fact, even if you look at the proposed bill, they are saying that should be done within 30 days. How can the whole country, when they have an issue over titles, should be queuing up at the Ministry of Lands under the Chief Registrar to have this matter determined? It will be chaos. It will be chaos. Further, the Chief Registrar's role is usually clerical. I go and put a caveat. It is the duty of the Chief Registrar to enter it in the register. I go and put a mortgage. It is the duty of the Chief Registrar to put it in the record and in the memorials of the title. Now you are giving the Chief Registrar, a junior officer, to determine my right that my land can be taken away by this particular officer. He is not a court. What evidence will he be using or rules to administer evidence to determine which title is genuine and which title is not? Further, if this bill passes, you are going to affect the entire financial market. Because we borrow using title deeds. And when we get a title deed and deposit it with a bank and the bank enters a mortgage on that property, there are only two ways in this country in which a title can be taken away. Two. One, if there was fraud proven by the court. Two, if the title was issued by mistake proven by the court. These are the two safeguards because the same Lands and Deeds Act says title is conclusive evidence of ownership. We say he who has title has ownership. Now, if this law passes, you have all squatters now coming to queue up at the registrar demanding that the are given an opportunity to be heard and the mother title cancelled. The definition, if you check in the same bill, it's saying any interested party. How can any interested party just wake up and say I have an interest in this particular land? In court, for you to be joined to a case, you must show your interest first, either by bringing their two titles competing, which one is the best title. Mind you, the same titles we are talking about, they are issued by the same registrar. So why would the registrar issue a fraudulent title and you are giving them an opportunity again to cancel it? In the first place, the title should never even be issued if it is fraudulent. It means the registrar is not doing his or her job by allowing fraudulent titles to be issued. Why then give him powers to even cancel when he shouldn't have allowed that title to go out? So in short, this is a bad law. And my plea to this committee, it needs consultation. There is no agency whatsoever to do with this amendment. We have had this law from UNIP days. So there's no agency why you should be rushing to only have one amendment. In fact, I was expecting that we should be having an amendment to do with the digital licensing, digital library, digital registration of titles. Because now we have digital titles. There's no law that backs that. Those are the amendments we should be doing here. Now, you have brought one single amendment to give power to this junior officer to cancel titles. What is the mischief? Now, for argument's sake, there's an issue, there may be an area you are trying to sort out with. You cannot make law for the whole country to sort out a particular area. That is why, again, Parliament in its own wisdom passed a Lands Acquisition Act. If there is a problem at a particular area, you use the Lands Acquisition Act to acquire compulsorily that particular land which has a problem. That is why it is matter. If you have a problem in State Lodge, you have a problem in Parawana, you have a problem in Chongwe, you have a problem in Chipata, use the Land Acquisition Act to deal with that particular issue. This looks innocent, especially members of Parliament, you are politicians. This looks innocent. You differ, somebody goes and uses this to take away the right of your property. Mortgages will become expensive because banks give you money based on a title. Now, if they know that any time that title can be cancelled, they will ask you to bring insurance on top of your title. They will ask you personal guarantees on top of the title because it can be cancelled anytime. By saying it can be cancelled if it was issued by fraud. Who issued it by fraud? Who defines the fraud? Can the registrar sit and determine what fraud is? Can the registrar sit and say this title was issued? But that's the same office which issued the title. And so for me, there is no agency over this bill. We need to withdraw it and let's have a conversation. There are so many things in that bill that needs to be dealt with without necessarily giving the powers to the chief registrar. I may end here and take questions.
So I think that's the main topic. Welcome, Bamwana God. Power tap, guys. We shall have Honorable Lillian Mutambo speak at 50,000 likes. So power tap, power tap, power tap. We are here. We are here. Akuna kulala. You know, we are threatened literally. Our land is, you know, this bill, ngawayumfwafe, especially us in opposition, we are sitting ducks. You know, for me, when I hear this bill, I look at this, the dispute between some up and down members and then the Lungu family, who, as we look at the Lungu family now, we think they might go into exile. They might not come back to Zambia. I see our son Blaze Zambia is there. A lot of people are asking, where is Blaze Zambia? Where is Blaze Zambia? You want to kidnap him? Is this why you are asking? He is alive and well, and no weapon prospers against any of us will prosper. Any no weapon formed against any of us will prevail on our lives. No evil plan will prevail. So Blaze is alive and well. You want him to be here on TikTok 24/7? If you want him to be here on 24/7 on TikTok, mule to mama money gun. Want to my money gun $100. He is a person. He need to work. He need to earn a living. He's a family man. He need to rest. So stop asking every day, where is Blaze? You yourselves, you are not here online 24/7. How do you expect someone to be online 24/7? Kwachi mule mulipira. Mwambie okumulipira. Mule to mama money gun $100. $20. You are to my 20. Then Blaze can be here 24/7. TikTok is a business. So if you want Blaze to be here 24/7, start sending him. Na ine pano mulen to mina 24/7 na mama nigan. Na kulava pano kabili nishe nchito. Kaidi, we gotta work. We gotta earn a living. You know, we gotta do other things. Yeah. So send us a money gun. Too many $dollars that wakulafu mapano tukalala alafye pano. Na TikTok ikalaba fenanguninda la sondeti nikafye mulelanda mwaishiba. Cause ninje shiba timpia shire ingira $dollars yale ingira. So enough of these comments. Where is Blaze? Where is Blaze? Blaze is a human being. He has got responsibilities. He need to work. He need to eat. He need to rest. Yeah. You can't be here all the time. Kuchu apena. Eh? You can go crazy. Hello Blaze, I like to attract. He attracts a certain. I like to attract your youth. You know, they go there and like like they swamp him. So he need to relax. You can only take so much. So you people who are saying where is Blaze, mukambia page yenu, so that you feel how it feels to be here even for an hour hosting people. So that aside, so we have listened to the audio. Yakulans, there are many issues we are talking about. You know, the land issue, the leaked audio, the burial of Lungu. And you know what caught me about that audio is, a guy who said if your name is misspelled, then you have to cancel it. How can you cancel a title deed for misspelling? Because, you know, myself, nalikwata title, it took almost 2 years pa kupoka title here. And then pali title application, kula wama document na NRC yopoidi. So if a registrar kula kunengewa panga title yakule yakutami spell ish na nyandi, that is not a reason to cancel the title. They should just go in and fix it, because the title should be issued based on the name on the NRC. So me, I just see this as these people trying to think like we don't think. Like somebody can even call and justify a cancellation of a title because of a typo on the deed, which was made by the clerk. The error was made by the clerk. Because they have all documents. They have my NRC there. Once my NRCs, our names are accurate on the NRC. When the NRC is issued, it's the first thing you check is your name. If your name is misspelled on your NRC, right away, you go and they reissue. So are they saying that is this what they are trying to say? So now they're trying to change that even the people who issued the NRC, it was misspelled. You know, Dr. JERE, Lawyer JERE explained everything. So we are just here to talk about it. We have this land issue going on. We have the burial of ECL and the leaked audio, and the resignation of Honorable Lydian Mutambo for UPND is another big thing which we need to give her credit, and hopefully to open the eyes of UPND. Even if they are denying her, like a Judas denied Jesus, to say she was not UPND, please. We hope that many will follow in Honorable Lillian's footsteps and have nothing to do with this demonic party. How can ministers be buying inkoko pali 100,000 abantu bare chula? You know, some people, they ask me for even a 30 kwacha. I'm like, I can't go online and send a 30 kwacha. It won't allow me. You know? And my heart just breaks. And this is one of the reasons I keep talking here. I keep talking for a better Zambia because people are just asking for a 30 kwacha mwebantu. And then you have 2 ministers. Ukushtenko kona ponga ni mukorwe pali 100,000. When people are suffering. I end here. Mwana God, what's your comment? Let's power tap. Mama Lillian will come in whenever she's ready. I know she's it's late over there. So Mama Lillian, you can come in whenever you are ready. But ideally, we want her to come in at 50,000 likes. So power tap, power tap. If you are new to our channels, let's follow each other. Follow Mama Lillian. If you want to join the TikTok group, which is the WhatsApp, send your number. Inbox us your number, we'll add you. So we discuss other things. And then we also post in that group when we are coming live. And then TikTok does not record full videos. So follow Queen Pumi on YouTube and catch up on all the videos. Follow Queen Pumi on YouTube, and also Honorable Lillian has a YouTube channel. So you can follow us both, and if there's something of interest, you can find the full videos on YouTube. Welcome, President Edgar, at President Edgar.
Don't take away those blessings from me.
Yes, President Edgar Lungu in the house, the junior. You know, the junior president. Mwana God, take it away.
Thank you very much, Mama. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I think to start with, this government, on the issue of the land, they want to distract us from the story or the leaked audio for Chavinga. Ngana mona penda shaka Chavinga dia ide ponako panono mona ndwanshi baleta issue the issue of land. But inafyo nsangirepo fyakwe bati Chavinga tabalefo kubika mu Kasongo. In fact, our vice president mu parliament, Bashiranda Fimbi Pusede Kovetio Yali suggestion. How can that suggestion and you send someone to South Africa to do the same thing? That suggestion Chavinga Ngasha did Zambia. So now they have bring this land issue out to each district. Now land issue, land itself. It's I can say it's my ownership that I belong to Zambia. Whether nalikuwa talandi na ngusha kwa talandi. Echwalenda Zambia limbina abashitishafi. Balefu anomba each land wakwata kufe wakupoka. And their target is upon the opposition leaders. More opposition leaders maybe bali kwa tamalandi. Ayo nomba Kasongo alefu kusashani. Ukupoka. So we need to stand up as Christians. We need to pray for the same government. We need to pray for them so that God can show them the power. If they don't want to give us the correct answer, God is going to remove them from this power they are talking about. But power na bapoka sana. Bado kutuwekesha kuli Kaunda alipangira na mistake kukulanda ati Kaunda ndiye welesa wapanshi lesa kumuru uko kweli. Then Kasongo na yeye nalefo kubwesha amano ya kwa Kaunda kwa tutate komuya ayaya. And there are people who are saying Kasongo or HH for 2090. Maeza kwete anga inonshita. Tulike kwa 2090 inonshita. Nishtukala teko no mkote. Ezo tabarestontonka ni tuchine land ine panonga ningwata title deed kutinai mana yaku ku banki na yako karoni. But if title deed ngashkwete chianshukira sana kupoka loan. Now opo balesa mukutu ikata lomba Zambia ndipo tufire twatontonganya aba bantu emotion ngayapita. Fingi finto fakura tukofia. Inenga ndipo kupoka loan date ndi ambuke bantu bali kupoka title deed. So whether nali kwata land na ngusha kwata, we need to vote this motion against. If we are Zambians, we need to come together and we pray against this motion. But Mama Kumuro, Namatwimshomoto Nanda Kunuma, Resam Kuchitika Kuntash, Apa Kasongo, Arafua Sana audience. So now the land issue, Namkumana Kwandi. Taparioko irea yalasa mkupere after 3 months yo ine bapere ikesa pona mu parliament na hapo na parliament Kasongo kesa imati okay inevo listening president ningumfo kulira kwa abantu bareri la pamula nduama wa land so na umfwa ukulishina ikatira bill 7 ale ikatira fimo oba kesa fimo kuli bill shan akesa mkandi atimwe abantu na limi umfuire pali ya time mwaleti la pali land. So he bill inomba ifire yapita. Emano akwete Kasongo ya distract tuposa amano kulidandi oba kese fuma mo clean amwe bantu nami umfwa nami pera land but ikuru yawa kuli bill 7. Thank you very much mama.
Thank you Bamwana God. Thank you. Therefore kushuku kusambira ko fili abalisha ba antilili pa page yao. There we go. So by one like him, the floor is yours. By one like him, are you ready? Vaslice, are you ready?
Yeah, I can contribute.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. I want to ask the question like, why is it everyone suggesting Mr. President whereby he's doing his job? And some people in PF government, they are owners benefit. Like me, I was affected in PF government.
What is your question? Is that a question or a statement?
Okay, my question is this. Why everybody